Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. It is October 15th, 2024. My name's Kyle. I'm here with you for Maker Notes. Today we're going to talk about this hat that Jenny is wearing. This is called Tincture. It is a hat by Andrea Mowry. I have the sample right here. It uses the technique of mosaic knitting. So you can see, if I hold it up really close here, you see it is just knit stitches and slip stitches, and it's only one color at a time as you're working. It looks a lot like stranded knitting, but it is not stranded knitting, it is mosaic knitting. What does the inside of the hat look like, you ask? It looks like that. That's what the inside looks like, and there will be a place at the beginning or end of the round that looks a little like that. If you've never done mosaic knitting before, we have a tutorial for you. So we did a blog post a while back on mosaic knitting. It is linked in our newsletter today, as well as a video that I did demonstrating a little bit about how to navigate the charts, because the charts and information can be presented a couple different ways in mosaic knitting. So so that's enough about the technique, I guess. What's the deal with the hat? So we are going to gift you this hat pattern when you buy 2 or more hanks of our featured yarn, and the featured yarn is Madrona. So how do we buy the pattern? Let's get through that part first. Well, we're gonna go on to Ravelry. We'll buy it from the designer, from Andrea Mowry. If you give us your Ravelry name on your order, then we can add the pattern to your library. If you don't have Ravelry or you don't use it, then we just send it to whatever email address you use when you place your order. We will print a copy of the pattern, put it in a page protector, and we send it along with the yarn and whatever else you have purchased. So when you get your shipment from us, you have everything you need and you're ready to cast on. Let's talk about the yarn. So this yarn, we just did it as a sale. So I'm gonna give you 10% off of Madrona DK now through Sunday, which is the 20th of October. And if you buy 2 or more hanks of the yarn, then we give you the pattern also as a gift. So talk about Madrona DK. This is Madrona DK. So we gave colorway names to these color combinations, but it's really just the yarn. So you just pick whatever ones you want. But I'm going to tell you what combinations we put together as suggestions and what color numbers are in the names we made up. So this is Madrona DK. It's 30% baby alpaca, 30% merino, 20% bamboo viscose, and 20% nylon. It's a 100-gram hank, and there are 232 yards in it. Bluebell, which is the sample colorway, uses this, which is 1526 high tide, and it's paired with color 1501 natural pearl. There's plenty of yardage in this to do either way you want. If you wanted to make the brim dark blue instead of white, you can absolutely do that. Just switch the 2 color order. You can do whatever you want. This yarn itself, it can be machine washed delicate. It has been treated with a process called Easy Wash. It's very similar to Superwash, but Superwash is a trade name. It's a brand name, kind of like Kleenex. You know, sometimes I'll say, oh, can I have a Kleenex? But really it's facial tissue, right? So Easy Wash is very much like that. So it makes it so that we can put our more delicate fibers into the delicate cycle of the wash. I personally would hand wash still all of the things that I spent all that time making, but you know that because you've been here for a while. So this is what we called the Bluebell colorway, again 1526 paired with 1501. Then we have the Calendula colorway, and again we're just making up names because we can. That is Sitka Spruce, that's color 1524, paired with Semolina Flower, color 1515. So you could make the Semolina be the brim, or you could make the green be the brim, whatever you want to do. That's the Calendula colorway. Then there is Burdock. Burdock is Mountain Laurel. So it's the 1512. It's this really pretty color, this pinky color, paired with Coastal Driftwood. That's color 1523. So the 2 of those together make up what we called Burdock. And then, who do we want to do next? We'll do this one next. So this one is called Valerian. Valerian is Apple Butter. It's color 1522, paired with Stormfront $15.25. So the two of those, that's a more subtle color combination. They're very similar, I guess, in value, how light or dark they are compared to each other. And then the last one that we have here is we call Ginseng. Ginseng is Madrona DK and Firethorn Berry, color 1510, paired with Volcanic Basalt, which is color 1502. So red and black. You could do that as a really fun one. Or do whatever you want. Maybe you want to do a green and a white together, a green and cream. That'd be a lovely combination. Mix and match however you like. If you're not sure, buy a couple different colors. You're going to get 10% off of the yarn now through the 20th. And if you purchase 2 or more hanks, we're going to gift you that pattern. What's involved in the pattern? Well, you already know mosaic knitting. I already talked to you about that. There's also the German twisted cast on, which is one of my favorites. It's a really nice stretchy cast on for brims of hats and cuffs and things like that. Of course, ribbing, working in the round, mosaic knitting, decreasing, simple finishing. This is an easy pattern. Needle size US 5 and US 7. And the 5 is for the ribbing, the 7 is for the body of the hat, and then for all that decreasing. So for the decreasing, you either need a longer needle for magic loop, or you're gonna need a set of DPNs or flexi flips, something like that, when you're closing up the top of the hat. Other patterns, if you would like some other patterns, or perhaps you don't knit, you just watch, because every once in a while we give you a treasure for crocheters. This is a treasure for both knit and crochet. This is the Mosaic Chart Directory. This is by Anna, I knew I was gonna pause when I said the name, Nikipiorowicz, that's how I'm gonna say it. This is 75 different patterns, and the patterns themselves are both in, like you can see at the very top of the picture here, this is the knitted version, that's the crocheted version, so you can do mosaic knitting and crochet as well. This is a super cool book. I'll just give you an idea of what some of these are. Mosaic knitting is a very geometric technique. It involves knit stitches and slip stitches and so on. And if you've never done it, or you're curious about switching out some patterns and making something uniquely you can do that by taking charts from books like this and putting them into a cardigan or the hat or whatever. So if you're interested in this, we have a handful of these books. This just came out. I think it's a really great book as far as including options for both knit and crochet. I think it's super cool how you can see them both very clearly in the photos. So if you want one, grab it. I might already have one in my library, just saying. And then the very last thing I'll show you, this is what they look like in real life, but that's what they look like in the picture. These are the winter collection of stitch markers. These are from our friends from Firefly Notes up in Canada. They're up there. And there are a bunch of different stitch markers. There's 8 markers. There's 2 each of 4 different designs. There are mittens and snowdrops and blue jays and ice skates, 2 of each of all of those in here with a closed ring, a solid ring. These work really well for knitting, and they will work on a needle up to a size 11. They might even go all the way up to a size 13. So if you're interested in these, they are super cute. The enamel charms that are used were designed by Firefly Notes. We love their work. We think you love them too, because every time we talk about them, people come and get them. So I think that's it for this Tuesday. I hope that you are having a wonderful week so far. Check in with friends and family, as I always say, and I will see you again on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.